Bonjour, bonjour. Excusez-moi, j'avais les lunettes qui étaient vraiment dégueulasses, qui ne voulaient pas être lavées. Ah, ah, extrêmement mal positionné, non? Oui, ta manette. Voilà. Voyons. Attendez, vous êtes quand même sur ma gauche maintenant. Euh... Ah, ah. Si je puis me permettre. Voilà. Aïe, aïe, aïe. Du Genshin Chill. Je vais pas mentir. Bon. Alors, peut-être qu'avec des films à Cry en fond, c'est potentiellement pas la meilleure des chilitudes, hein, faut pas déconner, mais on essaye. On essaye en tout cas. Euh... Je suis à 80 pieds. Je suis à 80 pieds. Et c'est quoi, on va pas attendre pif, manette, paf, le jeu. Et là. Il veut des culs. Pardon. Non, rêvez pas, on va pas polir. Je suis toujours en économie, hein. Pius, putain donc la quête. Je suis aveugle. Oui, je suis aveugle, parce qu'il est juste là. On va aller faire la 𝙘𝙝𝙀𝙧𝙁𝙗. Parce que j'ai quand même des trucs à rattraper, mine de rien. Est-ce que le son du jeu est assez fort? Est-ce qu'il y a le son du... Est-ce qu'il n'y a même pas le son du jeu, en fait? Massacre, c'est fabuleux, cette affaire. Non, non, c'est pas ça que je veux. Qu'est-ce que j'ai foutu? On va m'expliquer, chef. Hein? Oh, c'est le son du jeu. Je dis bien normalement. Ok. Monter un poil le son là. 11. Et ça me paraît très bien. Je vais pas mentir. Hop. On trouve un peu au milieu. Voilà. C'est vrai que la dernière fois que je l'avais fait, ce kit, je l'avais quitté à cet endroit-là.
I made it. I
Ok.
don't recognize this style of architecture. Must be Kami&Cie.
Oh
Simple
non.
furnishings, table and chairs. It's a more ordinary house than I might have expected. Looks like the fearsome Raker of Zolnari came from surprisingly humble beginnings. Unless this passed for luxury in Conria. Unlikely. It was said to be a very prosperous nation in its heyday. Anyway, I'll keep exploring.
Alors, keep exploring. On a quoi là, ça là?
Hi, River. Since you're working extra hours tonight, I thought I'd keep myself busy by checking out that new kebab shop. I've heard good things about their menu. I'll test it out, and if it's as good as everyone's saying, let's go back together sometime. P.S. New stash from the Universitas Magistrorum. I brought some goodies home. A few teacups and a pin rack. Hope you like them.
They didn't sign their name, but they must have been close. Sounds like they were living together.
I went over to Joseph's for drinks today. They have a fine collection, but I went alone. 𝙑𝙏𝙪𝙗𝙧𝙁 was tied up with something and couldn't make it. Joseph asked why I came alone, but I didn't really have an answer. He then went on to ask about other things. If you ask me, someone who asks that many personal questions is too nosy for their own good. But if he invites me again, chances are I'd still go.
𝙑𝙏𝙪𝙗𝙧𝙁. That's the same name 𝙑𝙑𝙪 mentioned.
Grain imports keep falling. If things don't pick up, we'll soon be back to meat and mushrooms only. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of that new type of mushroom everyone's been into lately. Didn't it start out as a lab-grown variety? I heard it's even mildly corrosive. Seriously, why would you even eat something like that? I don't care if it's an impressive feat of alchemy. That just isn't the kind of thing I like to eat.
Grain has to be imported, and they're eating a diet of mostly meat and mushrooms. Could it be because Kami&Cie is underground, so it doesn't get much sunlight? That would explain why they use so much stone in their buildings. They even use alchemically modified strains for food. Seems like the people of Kami&Cie don't have many options when it comes to dining.
I've just about saved up enough now. Time to buy it and keep it somewhere safe.
Making a big purchase. I wonder what it is.
D'accord.
He really is a professional. No wonder he's so good at covering his tracks, despite what he's become. It seems like he's retained certain habits, at least in this regard.
Des marques au niveau de la partie inférieure. La couche précédente a été déchirée. Pour l'instant, son contenu reste un mystère.
Did 𝙑𝙪𝙗 rip it out himself?
Pardon. Emmerdant cette affaire. Tout de même. J'ai plus qui gratte. Les traces de silo comme celle-ci laissent des marques. En utilisant du charbon pour ajouter de la couleur, il suffit de trouver le bon angle. Ouais. Ouais. Rien. Regarde autour d'elle et faire apercevoir un crayon fusain.
I was convinced that my heart was nothing more than a stagnant, the burial place of a fallen moon. A withered, windless grove where the waters rested forever unrippled. It was you who helped me see that my heart hadn't entirely...
This is just trivial sentimentality from the looks of it. Why would he go to the trouble of hiding that? The burial place of a fallen moon.
Et bon, sa compagnie est morte, quoi. On s'emmerde. Ah.
Reverie, over here.
Oh, dance.
Dane! Oh, and, Vedaflin here? What a surprise to see you here, sir.
Hello there, Reverie. You need not address me so formally outside of court. He doesn't get that much free time, so I invited him over for a drink. Even the court prophet deserves a break every now and then, right?
Well, I'm flattered.
So, what are we discussing today?
Hey, don't look at me. As far as I see it, we don't need an excuse to have a few drinks.
Come
Y a pas
on,
tort,
don't give us
accessoirement.
that. Didn't you say you were about to pop the big question? How's that coming along?
Oh. Elle demande en
Who
mariage.
thought the great Twilight Sword was an even greater gossip?
I just didn't expect you to be the first one to settle down and get married, that's all.
Yeah. If you told me that a few years ago, I wouldn't have believed you either.
Ouais,
So,
d'accord.
are you planning to come clean about your job then? I'm guessing you still haven't told her.
Sure, I'll have to tell her at some point. But I'll need to pick the right time and place. To be honest, I have no idea how she'll take it.
Come on, stop being such a pessimist. For all you know, she could be thrilled. I bet she'll be much more impressed by your actual job than the one she thinks you're doing now. A member of the King's Guard. Quite the cover story. Does the king himself even know?
Of course he does. Anyway, enough about me. How have you been?
Me? Same old, same old. Nothing much to... Huh? What's up, Fed? It's nothing.
𝙑𝙏𝙪𝙗𝙧𝙁𝙍, 𝙑𝙏𝙪𝙗𝙧𝙗 elder brother. Renowned throughout the court of Kami&Cie as the Visionary, and said to possess a wisdom far beyond the reach of any ordinary man. And yet, despite the gulf between us, he seems to have something to say
Oui,
about
aucun.
me.
On
Does he
va.
even know me? Does he see me as a friend of his brother, or just another of the Vinster King's blades? Why did he react so strongly? Was it really to do with what we were talking about?
Brown, curly hair and
On a une
pretty
gaffe, dis
blue
donc.
eyes. So this is what Rare looked like back in the day. Perfectly
Ça
normal.
va.
No different from anyone else. As frightening as this monster is in the present, there's something even
Cette
more
fille, hein, cette putain de quête.
unsettling about seeing the
Ah.
human he used to be.
Ah, il est très cool, hein, je dis pas le contraire. Hein. Bon, soit là.
Philimbus? You're back early?
Our equipment's being serviced today, so I got off earlier than
Oui, bah,
usual.
je sais.
How's your day been? Oh, why the long face? Is something the matter? Has your boss been giving you a hard time again?
Went for a drink with Dane and the others after work.
Isn't that a good thing?
𝙑𝙏𝙪𝙗𝙧𝙁 showed up today too.
Eh, c'est déjà 8 minutes.
Dane's older brother.
C'est déjà pas mal. Hein.
Ah, Mr. 𝙑𝙏𝙪𝙗𝙧𝙁. Yes, I've heard of him. They say that everything he says ends up coming true.
He overheard 𝙑𝙏𝙪𝙗 mention that I'd recently proposed and seemed to have an issue with it. But when I asked what it was, he kept it to himself.
So, you're worried? You could be such a child sometimes, Revier. We're nobodies. Why would the Visionary be concerned about us? I'm sure someone in his position has much bigger fish to fry.
Maybe you're right.
Putain, j'ai lu 8 minutes alors que t'as marqué 5
You
minutes quand
worry
même. Hein.
too much, Revier. We've been
C'est
together
terrible.
for
Hein.
ages now, and everything's been going so well, has it not? You've even proposed to me.
Oh, c'est mignon.
So, you do remember. Tell me then. What's your answer?
Like I said, I need some time to decide. You can't just rush into things like this.
Oui, bon.
We may be nobodies in the
C'est le
grand
matin.
scheme of things, but if we want things to work out, we've still got to plan ahead.
All right. Take your time. Just don't keep me waiting forever.
Oh, qu'ils sont mignons.
Sounds about right. In the eyes of Can someone whose gaze is so fixed on a far-flung future even see the
Oh.
present clearly? Besides, the dynasty's fate rests with the king and his inner circle. Whatever I do, it won't make much difference. Meanwhile, every idea they come up with and every decision they make, it affects everything. These days, the king is lost in his research.
Les lignes de général s'intensifient de plus en plus. Oh.
Grows ever more intense.
Donc tu vas me dire que le fossile date de la chute de Kenria?
But nothing
Sûrement.
came of it.
M'étonnerait pas.
And I'm under no illusions
Ça
as
ne
to
m'étonnerait
why.
point, dis donc.
Because we eliminated them and got rid of their bodies. A man can have 1,000 reasons to carry a sword, but there are few good excuses to use it.
Non.
Has never even
Non. Pas de système de 50-50.
a gentler approach, and he never
Dès que tu
will.
as besoin d'un personnage 6 étoiles, ça reset toute la pitié.
Can he ever find
Il me
true
semble pas qu'il y ait de
peace?
50-50.
Thalandus,
T'as eu qui? Parce que j'imagine que t'as pull sur Levaten,
it's nothing.
que t'as pas eu Levaten du coup.
Fate has never smiled upon nobodies like us. But by the same token, it's unlikely to bear a grudge against us either. There's no reason we can't keep living happily together, cherishing the simple joys of each day as they come.
See? You just need to stay positive, Revere. I can feel your warmth, your breath. You're right there, right by my side.
Moi, je
Just
l'avais, Amber.
makes me happy in a
Eh bien,
way I
Amber.
can't explain. And that's something
Alors,
that no
génial.
one could ever take away from me. So smile, my love. Let go of that frown.
Oula.
You're right, Thalandus. I've just been overthinking things.
That's better. Getting caught up about things like this will only ruin our evening. Speaking of which, all set for the ball tonight? I need to go get ready.
You go ahead. I just have a few things to take care of, then I'll come join you.
Even busier than the big shots, huh? Fine, I'll go get started. But don't be late. If you keep me waiting too long, I won't be a happy bunny.
Relax. I'll be there. Seriously, though, you drive a hard bargain. You're really gonna leave my proposal hanging and still expect me to take you to the ball?
Well, that goes without saying. I already told everyone I'd be coming with a dance partner. Besides, they're two completely different things. Let's take it one thing at a time, all right?
Aïe aïe aïe.
Alright.
Faut farmer, madame.
What outfit it is.
Il faut farmer.
Revere was deliberately hiding his ties to the intelligence services by giving the impression that he was just an ordinary member of the Venster King's Guard. He clearly doesn't want his would-be fiancée to know about his other life. Then again, that's hardly surprising. People in the intelligence trade rarely do. Who'd have thought we were in the same line of work? Let's dig a little deeper.
Faut aller par où? Faut aller par là.
Our last operation was a resounding success, and all thanks to you, Rehir of Solnari. In total, we apprehended 32 dregs of the Crimson Moon, and 67 accomplices.
After all these years since the dynasty's fall, so many of them still linger on.
Indeed, it cannot be denied. Yet it was destiny that the Crimson Moon should be overcome by the eclipse, and that His Majesty, the all-seeing Venster King, now guides our nation on the path to prosperity. Kami&Cie has no further need for a dead moon. But alas, there will always be those who refuse to see the truth, choosing instead to romanticize the past.
That's not entirely true. Much about the Crimson Moon era was worthy of remembrance, and that's exactly why they keep trying to see it restored. Many of its secrets remain unsolved to this day. As it happens, that's precisely the field of study my partner is devoted to.
You still haven't told her what you really do for a living.
Where would I even start? How do you tell someone that you're one of the king's hand-picked executioners? That your hands are steeped in blood?
You didn't choose this life, any more than I did. Orphans like us don't get a say.
But I'll sure as heck be the one to pay for it. Speaking of which, we need to be more rigorous in the way we identify direct descendants of the Crimson Moon. Someone, it seems, has strong opinions about my future plans. Most likely my marriage in particular. I have a feeling that we may soon become targets of the Crimson Moon's retribution.
Your concerns are not unfounded. They've taken out many of our colleagues these past few years, and for that very reason. These are no helpless lambs we're leading to the slaughter. They're wolves in sheep's clothing. Take care, 𝙑𝙧𝙪𝙗𝙧𝙗𝙀. I look forward to toasting you at your wedding.
Thanks, 𝙑𝙏𝙪𝙗𝙀𝙀. You look after yourself, too. 𝙑𝙏𝙪𝙗𝙀𝙀, I never wanted to keep this from you. You're the last person I would ever want to lie to. But that's exactly why I can't tell you everything. There are things you shouldn't know. Things you cannot know. The moonlit dynasties are a thing of the past. Even now, with the sun shining high in the sky, there are those who would call forth a dead moon's ghost. Could that be why 𝙑𝙏𝙪𝙗𝙀𝙀 held back? Or was it because of some court secret he's not at liberty to share? I have to get a clear answer from him. No matter what happens, I will protect 𝙑𝙏𝙪𝙗𝙀𝙀.
𝙑𝙧𝙪 seems to be very concerned by 𝙑𝙏𝙪𝙗𝙀𝙀's reaction. 𝙑𝙏𝙪 and 𝙘𝙝, the Visionary and Twilight Sword. So that's what they were really like. I've investigated this whole area now. There doesn't seem to be any other memories here. Should I try somewhere else? Wait a second. What's this black smoke?
Is it see? No. No.
So, he's late after all. Just you wait, 𝙑𝙧𝙪. You're in for it. Big time.
Are you waiting for someone, ma'am? Could I tempt you into buying some flowers?
Oh, sure. Pick me out a pretty bunch if you would.
Thank you. But I'm afraid none of them are as pretty as you.
For someone so young, you sure have a way with words, don't you?
I'm only telling the truth. Look me in the eyes. You'll see I'm not lying. May we have a word in private?
Who are you? And what do you want?
It doesn't matter who I am. Too many of our kind have fallen lately, so I decided to take the risk of reaching out. Not long ago, the Ray here of Solnari led an assault on one of our strongholds. We suffered many casualties, and many who came to our aid lost their lives as well.
Sorry, I don't know why you're telling me this. And I don't want to get involved.
Wait, hear me out. This time we finally got a clear look at his face and learned his true identity. His name is 𝙑𝙧𝙪, and he claims to be one of the King's guards.
What did you say?
A cruel
merde.
irony, isn't it?
Oh
The
merde.
man you're set to marry leads a double life as a brutal executioner. But surely, you must have caught a whiff of the blood on his hands.
Why are you telling me all of this now?
Simple. It's because...
How strange. 𝙑𝙧𝙪 was nowhere to be seen in that memory. It clearly belonged to 𝙑𝙏𝙪. 𝙑𝙧𝙪 couldn't possibly know what happened if he wasn't even there. Why would her memories appear in his fragment? The ceremony won't last much longer. I think it's time to call it a day.
Okay.
So that was your doing? Did you just pull us inside 𝙑𝙧𝙪's fragment to spy directly on his memories?
Any more questions, and I'll have to start charging.
had no idea you could do that, boss! Seriously, that was amazing! We're not worthy. We're not worthy! I gotta admit, though, I'm itching to see what happens next. Feels like we barely scratched the surface.
I'm just as curious as you are. But the ceremony only allows for limited time inside. That's all we can see for now. Luckily, we managed to learn quite a lot.
So far, so good. I just hope the others are doing okay too. Especially the group with the Traveler. Their mission is a risky one. Let's hope it's all going smoothly.
If you're worried about them, go see how they're doing.
If I know boss, she's gonna need some time to write up all the details and make sure it's all coherent. I'll stay behind to lend a hand, but feel free to head back and meet up with the others.
Et du coup, on retourne là-bas. Et parce que lui, parce que l'autre est arrivé chez les fatouilles de moi. Oh, il y a Primo. Je suis Primo.
Rev the engines!
Oh, vraiment. Oh. Je déteste quand ça fait ça.
Animal hypostasis and you... Let the mountain's veins boil! Wrath from the sky!
Ça, c'est bien.
The rewards of an adventure worth remembering.
Bon, j'ai plein de coffres par là. J'aïs. Oui, bah le... C'est Shiva, moi. Pas me saouler.
Hear the echoes of the valley! Light of the blazing sun!
J'ai fait.
Try and stop me!
Something to add to my collection.
Oula. Oh, t'es fort ça.
Rev the engines!
Let the mountain's veins boil!
Wrath from the sky! Hey, not a bad haul.
Un indice. Bingo. Il est passé où ce petit con de robot? Jeter tout. Camille, quelle heure est-il aujourd'hui? Ah, on va sortir là, je crois. Oh. Tiens. Ah, ça risque d'être j'ai toujours pas regardé ce que je voulais regarder. Sans planning. Oh, toi. Nickel. Regarde ce geste au gris. Je suis sûr. Oh, c'est string, voilà. Est-ce qu'il y a des drops sur... Ou il doit être fini depuis. Donc il va y en avoir des nouveaux là mardi. Demain. On est mardi, tu me dis. Ouh là, ce frisson. On est idéal hit, mais non, j'ai l'impression. Ah, oublié. J'y pense. Et ok, il pense ça. Je cherche pas mon téléphone. Ok. Ça commence à me dire pas être long là, Vera là. Blablabla. Je vais juste continuer ma quête principale, moi. Hein. Secondaire, il m'en fout un petit peu. Je vais essayer de trouver comme ça. Non, c'est de l'autre côté.
Full throttle!
Ouais. J'ai des fragments. Direction aussi.
It's time to meet back up with Shell. Let's head to Mount Outsong.
Hein? Il me parle de Chiao là d'un coup, Payman. Et t'es un peu. Lui. Hop. Ok. Ensuite. Combiner. Oh le magasin.
Something to add to my collection. Comme de par hasard. Hein. J'ai envie d'un café. Et quoi, tu fais partie du clan de Loma, tu vas me dire? C'est ça ton idée? Je ne peux pas partir sur cette musique de FF14. Pardon, c'est Shadowbringer. Quand même. Ce serait honteux de ma part. Oh, faut pas déconner. Hein. Bon. Bien. Dit-elle. Mhm. Si, c'est bon. C'est long.
Rev the engines! Hip. You can't run!
Stand clear.
Tu mets où mes pattes?
Hear the echoes of the valley! Pyroclastic surge! Try and stop me! Bring it! Light of the blazing sun!
Et voilà. Je crois bien.
Désolé. Aïe aïe aïe. Hum, hum, hum. Hum, hum. Alors, j'ai moins encore. Déjà d'une.
Hey, not a bad haul.
De un. Ouh, ça va être long. Si je trouve une team qui est pas montée, je cherche la malasse.
The rewards of an adventure worth remembering.
Hop, celui-là. Oh. Voilà. Ah, ça fait. Et voilà la main. On met. Le dernier. Le dernier qui est où? Juste là. Ok. Je le pousse là. Je tire là et je tire. Et
Hey, not a bad haul.
c'est bon. Ah, d'accord. Dans l'infini et au-delà. Ok. Hum, 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 hum. D'ailleurs, j'ai tout compris. Réglage jeudi sur le roi. Regarde aussi une image de roi. Voir ce que ça va donner.
Many insects have a compulsion to follow the light, and humans are the same. Except we call that light hope.
Il y a un truc qui fait que je lis, et je le trouve. Oh merde. Oh, c'est chiant.
Exploration and trials. Adventuring is right up my alley.
Je trouve. C'est bon, je peux faire ma quête principale.
The rewards of an adventure? Rev the engines!
Mon Dieu.
Oh, they've been prowling around for nearly 2 days now. These things just won't quit. Oh, they might not have seen us yet, but them cops... Oh, that's never gonna work. One little slip up and it's game over. If they spot us, they'll run straight back to Rare. And once he knows we're here, it won't be long before he's breathing down our neck. Oh, guess you're right. Hide! We almost got spotted! Phew, that was a close call.
Et derrière. Alors monsieur...
Watch out! They're coming this way! Keep going. We're nearly there. This is the final hurdle.
Normal que je pouvais pas sauter là.
Oh, there's no end to these things.
Oh, scheiße.
Fire.
Fire? Wait, what's that smell? Oh no, there's a fire!
Bon, bah, ce feu-là, on sait très bien qui c'est, hein. Bah oui, hein.
Zandrone was right. You look weak, Kami&Cie. The old you would never have let such lowly creatures bar your way. Word has it that you did something for the 𝙘𝙏𝙀, and that's why you've lost most of your power. Freedom comes at a heavy price, doesn't it?
It's 𝙘𝙏𝙀! You came!
Hello again, Kami&Cie. And greetings, guests of the House of the Hearth.
It's been a while, 𝙘𝙏𝙀. Stupid right here of stupid Solnari. Ugh, whatever. I've got all the data I need. Next time we meet, you're finished. He sure doesn't pull his punches.
Excuse me, do you need...
You can do me a favor by staying out of my way. Can't you see?
Aligné.
Wait a minute. I reckon...
Hello, Miss
Ah oui,
Zandrone.
ce qui me semblait.
Sent us over to help.
How considerate of her. Hey, Fremine, get over here and help me fix this. Lenny, you do your thing. Just keep your sister away from my machines. Nearly every machine that Catgirl touches ends up going haywire. Go put her on cleaning duty or something.
Then let's start downstairs. Fremine, we'll leave this place to you. You've got it.
Wait a second. Pretty sure there's still some tea in the cupboard. If you want some, you'll have to make it yourselves.
Ben oui, mais... Oh non, du pas qu'ils sont encore bloqués. Mais alors... Et qu'est-ce qu'il me fait ce con? C'est quoi toi? T'as l'air d'être pyro toi. Ouais, je suis. Non, je vais m'occuper de toi.
It's a relief to see you all made it back
Oh,
in one piece.
Huh? Feels like there's quite a few people missing. Where's...
I returned ahead of them. Flint is helping Ino and Anefa to set up the decoys and buy us some time. As for...
Boss is still wrapping things up on her end. She sent us back to fill you all in on the top secret intel we've been gathering.
I see. Then let's get right into it. But first, who do we have here? You brought someone else in to help?
Greetings. I was invited here to help as a longtime Tea Party companion of Columbina's. You may call me 𝙑𝙏𝙪𝙗𝙚.
Surely it can't be.
Those eyes. Oh, where have I seen them before? Wait, of course. In those memories we just saw.
Bravo Yoda.
The only 𝙑𝙏𝙪𝙗𝙚 I know is the fourth of the 𝙑𝙏𝙪 Harbingers. So either you share a pretty uncommon name, or you're more than just a Tea Party buddy.
You are well informed, Grandmaster. A man from Mondstadt living all the way out here in 𝙑𝙏𝙪, and yet the people and affairs of Снежная seem to hold a special place in your heart.
Oh, the feeling's mutual. Sounds like you know all about who I am, too.
A 𝙑𝙏𝙪 Harbinger.
The atmosphere in here just got really tense. Guess we can't just start trusting 𝙑𝙏𝙪 Harbingers, even at a time like this.
I must admit, though, I'm a little curious. Seeing as the moon goddess no longer belongs to the 𝙑𝙏𝙪, what makes you so willing to put your neck on the line here?
Nor does 𝙑𝙧𝙀 belong to Mondstadt, Mr. Varka. Yet still, you're fighting for it all the same. Things don't always have to have a tangible payoff. Sometimes, stopping things from spiraling out of control is a higher priority than chasing the spoils of victory. Of course, I can't say there's nothing in it for me at all. But that's between Columbina and myself.
Forgive me, I don't mean to doubt you. It's just that the 𝙑𝙏𝙪 really have been the source of many of our troubles. We have our own way of doing things here in 𝙑𝙧𝙀. But ever since they arrived, the 𝙑𝙏𝙪 have treated us with nothing but hostility.
I know there's been a lot of bad blood between us in the past. I've done my utmost to avoid friction whenever I could. But sometimes fundamental conflicts of interest simply can't be settled amicably. That's why I'm here solely in a personal capacity. This has nothing to do with the 𝙑𝙏𝙪. As a gesture of good faith, I'll be frank. I can help Columbina track down the iridescent moon's marrow, which will help her restore more of her power. Anyway, what else is on the agenda? Let's begin.
She says she'll be frank, then completely skips over the details. Looks like she doesn't want to give away too many secrets, but she clearly wants to change the subject. It'd be awkward if I tried to bring it up again now. I guess we'll just have to go along with it. She's the fourth of the 𝙑𝙏𝙪 Harbingers after all. One look.
Well, since Miss 𝙑𝙏𝙪 sounds confident in her ability to handle that, we'll proceed to the next topic. Yehuda, time to share that top secret intel.
Alright, listen up everyone. First, we now know that 𝙑𝙧𝙀 was originally a Conrian secret agent whose primary mission was to hunt down and assassinate the so-called dregs of the Crimson Moon.
The dregs of the Crimson Moon.
Mm-hmm. In the memories, there was a lot of talk about the Crimson Moon and Eclipse, and a whole bunch of other stuff from the time of Kami&Cie.
To my knowledge, those were the names of two different Kami&Cie dynasties. Long, long ago, it is said that the people of Kami&Cie worshipped the Crimson Moon, drawing a mysterious power from its reflection. But one day, a coup saw the Crimson Moon eclipsed, hence the name of the new dynasty that replaced it, and how it became the new emblem of Kami&Cie.
Still, long after the Crimson Moon dynasty had fallen, the last ruler of the Eclipse dynasty, the 𝙑𝙏𝙪 king, still coveted the secrets it left behind. So, he sent the 𝙑𝙏𝙪𝙗𝙚 to secretly hunt down the Crimson Moon's few remaining followers. In those days, 𝙑𝙏𝙪 showed no signs of madness. In fact, he was as normal as any other person. Oh, what's the matter?
Granddaughter!
Interesting. Anything else? What about this would-be fiancée of his? Do we know anything about—
Well, she was a researcher at the Universitas Magistrorum, but...
Oh, and one more thing. For some reason, 𝙑𝙧𝙪's fragment also contains some of థλindis's memory.
Well, no shortage of potential leads, I'll give you that. In any case, it sounds like we can conclude that while థλindis, it seems, must have been the one thing in this world that he couldn't let go of. Tell me, though.
Why do you need to know that? Hold on. If she was a pure
Eh ouais.
just like how it was with the captain. If we could somehow find her, do you think there's any chance 𝙑𝙪 might regain some of his sanity?
It's possible, but it would take a miracle. We can't— That merchant who Nefer knows, 𝙑𝙏𝙪𝙗𝙚. Maybe we could hire her to look into it.
All right, then. Let's keep working in our separate teams. Traveler, Paimon, Kutar, and Miss Arlecchino will go look for the iridescent moon's marrow. As for the others...
On the way over here, I noticed that the wild hunt monsters had grown even more frenzied in their... At this rate, the people living here will be in grave danger too. So I'm thinking of...
I'll head back to the curatorium and meet up with the boss.
Feels good knowing we've all got something to be getting on with. Given that the wild hunt has been a lot more active lately, the Lightkeepers have likely begun their own operations too. If that is the case, someone will need to pass the news on to Flint's. I'll hold the fort for now, then discuss our next move with Flint's, Aino, and Anefa when they get back.
All right then.
Well, the clock's ticking. If that's everything, we'll be on our way.
We'd better get moving too. We'll try to buy you as much time as we can.
Relax. Just do your thing. Now, I decided to call in some backups since things are Stay safe, everyone.
Il a appelé qui? Il a appelé qui? Renfort, il aurait pu appeler qui? Il aurait pu appeler Alice?
We're back.
Ah, je vois pas qui il aurait pu appeler.
Did we get here a little early? Or a little late?
A tad late. The others have already set off. To summarize, our resident moon goddess has found us a new ally, and Boss Nefer has uncovered some promising info.
Boss Nefer.
Everything going smoothly on your end?
Not great. I don't know how long we can stall them for. The decoys are getting taken out way faster than we imagined. I'm gonna make some more later, but I need a timeout first. I'm so tired right now. Oh, right! Anefa, could you fill in Uncle Varka on what we just discussed with Flint's?
Sure. Uncle Varka, you previously told us about how when you went to investigate a source of the wild hunt in Amsbartnir, you discovered that it was just a diversion. But according to Flintz's intel, several outbreaks of the Wild Hunt had already occurred in 𝙑𝙪 in the period leading up to that. That was before Rerir had regained his body, when he was far from regaining his full strength. In other words, in theory at least, he still lacked the means to act in two places at once.
Flintz, with everything that's been happening, the Lightkeepers across 𝙑𝙪 are rallying to fight back against the Wild Hunt. They're gonna need your help. I know, I'm sure you're capable of coming up with something far more effective than decoys. But for now, you should stay here and get some rest. And Effa and I will head back over to 𝙘𝙑𝙪𝙗𝙚 to see if there's anything I missed.
I told you Uncle Varka would say that, didn't I? A deal's a deal. Not a word about my snack intake for the next week.
Database updated. Reliability of Aino's predictions increased.
What does that mean?
They were betting on how you'd respond after hearing their intel.
It's the obvious choice, isn't it? That's hardly worth betting on.
We already decided that Anefa should go investigate the situation over at 𝙘𝙑𝙑𝙗𝙗 on her own. You might as well stay here and keep watch. Someone needs to hang back and oversee our strategy meetings. And besides, you still haven't fully recovered from ambushing Rerir.
So I've ended up with the easiest assignment. Well, I appreciate it, everyone. See you when you get back.
Hey. Est-ce que je devrais sortir l'artillerie lourde en vrai?
Here, this will serve as a good spot to cross over.
Arlecchino, hold up a second. Since you brought us all this way, would you mind telling us what you've got planned? We still haven't the slightest idea what's going on here. And if even Kami&Cie doesn't know where the iridescent moon's marrow is, how do you?
Simple. Because I am an inheritor of the royal bloodline of the Crimson Moon, and one of the last surviving embers of the Two Worlds' flames.
Oh.
Huh? Are you serious? As in, you're a descendant of that Crimson Moon dynasty we were just talking about? The one from ancient
Ça
Kami?
paraissait logique quand même avec
Your
ces...
surprise is understandable. I was also taken aback when I first learned of it. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized the signs had been there all along. When I was young, I discovered I could wield a very special kind of fire. It coursed like blood through my veins and smoldered away inside my nerves. What's more, whenever I experienced strong bursts of emotion or drew too deeply on this power, it was like some kind of presence with... Exactly. That is why my hands are like this too. At first, I saw it only as a curse. But once I became a harbinger, the jester apprised me of the truth. Together with my own investigations, over the past few years, there are several things that I have gradually come to understand. For instance, take the so-called Crimson Moon. In truth, it is nothing more than the shattered remnants of the iridescent moon, fused with the abyss to prolong its lifespan. Since this blood flame was bestowed upon me by the Crimson Moon, it is a fusion of the iridescent moon's former power and the corruption of the abyss. You all understand the nature of the abyss well enough. I draw upon its power, and in return, it hungers for my soul. This strange blackness is the mark of corruption it has left behind.
If I recall correctly, you once told me that if the corruption ever made it to your heart, you'd become a completely different person.
Yes, and that's the reason I'm always careful not to push my power too far. It's essentially a never-ending tug-of-war.
Oh, sounds intense.
Anyway, the rest of my story can wait. Is there anything else about the Crimson Moon or the Iridescent Moon that you're unclear about?
Paimon has a question. So, the crimson moon that the Karians used to worship was actually the iridescent moon, right? Which was one of the three moon sisters. Does that mean that the Karians were to the crimson moon as the frost moon scions are to the frost moon?
So much of that history has been lost. We have no way of knowing exactly what they were like. But I would suspect that the Conrians weren't as devout in their moon worship as it might appear. The iridescent moon's remains simply served as their link to the abyss. Later on, perhaps someone discovered a way to make direct contact with the abyss. Or maybe there was some kind of ideological divide. Either way, a dissenting faction staged a coup and drove out the royal heirs of the Crimson Moon dynasty. Still, even with the dark sun looming high overhead, the Crimson Moon's glow never truly faded. If you want living proof, it's standing right before you.
The first time we met, I sensed something familiar in your presence. When I looked at you, I felt I could see that mysterious red moon in the corner of my eye. In your flames, I saw its broken image, surrounded by a strange black aura.
Well, I appreciate that you kept it to yourself. Much about the Crimson Moon is still a mystery, and I'd prefer not to end up as the object of an insane research project. Anyway, time is against us here, so if there's any other questions, they'll have to wait. I just want to make sure I've got one thing straight. In her letter, Sandrone mentioned that since you are unable to contain the iridescent moon's marrow yourself, you intend to leave it in my custody, correct?
That's right. For now, it's the only way I can pay you back for your help. The iridescent moon is already part of who you are, so with its marrow in your possession, you'll be even more powerful than before.
Deal. Then let's get started.
Get what started? What does this place have to do with the Crimson Moon?
When I first became a harbinger, the jester gave me a book called Parenheri, also known as Leobranto Inamorato. You should be able to buy a copy next time you're in Fontaine. It's a love story set in the Crimson Moon era, but setting aside the tangled romances of its characters, it also records a few interesting details. In the Crimson Moon era, or so the story goes, there was an orphanage that received children from beyond the bounds of this world, and subjected them to a peculiar induction ceremony.
Beyond the bounds of this world? For real? And what kind of induction ceremony?
The Crimson Moon sages looked beyond this world for beings with powers that surpassed the gods. But fearing they might lose control, they subjected these children to a process of refinement. They made these children crawl up a fireplace and kept asking them, "Have you died? Did you see it?" Until they finally admitted to having died and seen a crimson moon. The adults embraced the children who passed the ritual, telling them, "Within the fireplace, you have traversed the flames between two worlds. Here and now, you are born anew." The book leaves much unsaid, but I suspect that this was their way of branding the children they had enrolled, leaving an indelible mark upon them so that they would forever live in the Crimson Moon's light.
That explains why I can't sense the Crimson Moon's marrow in this world. It makes sense that it would be sealed in a special space that can only be accessed temporarily through some kind of ritual.
But there's no fireplace here. Do you see a chimney anywhere? Oh, are we supposed to build it ourselves? Okay, fine.
Elle est trop con, Paimon. Mon Dieu.
That won't be necessary. The fireplace is purely symbolic. The key to the ritual is crossing the flames between two worlds. In other words, the flames that burn within me. Those burned away by such flames leave behind a kind of ghostly afterimage in the world. In the days of Conria, people believed they could be used to bridge the gap between the two worlds of life and death. In short, I can open a passage to that space for you. That's the easy part. The catch is I'll need to stay on this side to keep the passage open, so I won't be able to come with you. Very well. Then I'll open it up.
Traveler, spare me a little more moonlight if you would. I may need it. Thank you. I feel like I've recovered some of my strength now. It should be enough to move us across short distances.
Mistress of the seven hues of ages past, great mother of the present, crimson-clad sovereign of the two realms, by fire severed, by fire renewed, I offer myself now and beseech your descent. One word of advice. As you're crossing over, no matter what voices you hear, do not answer.
Got it! I sense a sinister gloom inside, but also the familiar light of the moon.
No, pardon.
I feel that I am about to meet an old friend who has changed beyond all recognition. All right, let's go.
at the abyss? It's practically filled the entire place. What now?
What a tragic sight. Fragments of your broken body.
Careful. There's something spooky about this place. Feels like something is lurking in the fog. Haimon's right behind you. Whatever you do, don't... By the way, Kami&Cie, didn't you tell us that the iridescent moon had shattered into pieces? The moon up there looks pretty whole to Paimon. How is that possible?
Un peu de coffre par là. Il y a surtout un mur invisible. Effectivement, on va faire l'affaire.
Light up the blazing sun! Try and stop me!
Just like I thought. It was only a facade.
Hear the echoes of the valley! Pyroclastic surge! Full throttle!
Ah, pas lâcher en plein milieu. Salut copain. Hi.
Let the magic fade spoil!
Allez, oust.
For the skies! Rev the engines!
On rendait là.
Huh? Huh? For real? That's way too high. There's no way we'll be able to reach it.
Ah, on a Mavrika sans avoir Mavrika
I'm
techniquement.
not sensing anything up there. It's coming from under the mountain.
Let's see. Ah! There's some kind of weird shadow over the water. Wait, see that?
Bis quoi.
Looks like a mechanism of some sort.
Burn it down!
Je sais pas.
Looks like a device from the time of
Ah,
Kami.
moi qui ne marche
People
pas.
went here to study the Crimson Moon's domain, and they left this behind. Oh, if we can activate it, we might find some clues.
Ok.
Hey, look at that! Now that the mechanism's running, the shadow in the water looks different. Do you think these mechanisms might be the key to unlocking the secret? Let's try to find more of them!
Thelindis, we'll leave the rest of the research in your hands. We'll be heading back now.
I hope this isn't ruining date night.
Mind your own business. Just leave me some snacks on the table.
Thelindis? Is that Rear's girlfriend? Oh yeah. So, do you think she was studying this strange space all along?
The abyss has made this space extremely unstable. Maybe that's why some of the things she said and did were preserved here. Like echoes. Or after images.
Whenever I see this view, it takes me back to a poem from my childhood. Waning moon, oh lifeless damsel, weeping on the mountain crest. Mourning still in wistful tone, her fragile soul now laid to rest. For me, of all people,
To be here investigating the mysteries of the Crimson Moon space. Is it a coincidence? Or something more?
Je calcule mon énergie. Je l'ai pas fait hier.
Light of the blazing sun!
Looks like the Abyss has messed up this mechanism. We need to find a way to get it working again. Let's see if there are any other devices nearby.
Hear the echoes of the valley! Pyroclastic surge!
Oh, le genre aux armes.
Rev the engines!
Oui. Travailler contre l'abysse. Possible. Possible.
I see. So the moon marrow, or rather the power of the 3 moons, is the key to unlocking. Really does exist, then maybe this madness can finally be put to an end.
De quoi elle parle, la madame?
Full throttle!
With the Abyss inhibitors in place, I should be able to access the chamber with the moon marrow. Oh, Revier, with every step you take, you're drifting further from what you truly desire. But you're not the root of the problem. Ever since that outsider set foot in Conria, the Vinster King has sunken deeper into madness. If only I could get my hands on that outsider.
Hey look! The moon's reflection is back to normal! Alindis's voice mentioned a chamber with the moon marrow. Do you think maybe it's hidden in the moon's reflection?
It must be. For within it, I sense the fragile aura of a dying soul.
Then there's no time to lose! Let's go!
C'est bien, lui. Et
These things are so creepy! Looks like we'll have to destroy them if we want to get to the iridescent moon's marrow!
s'il te plaît. Oh.
Try and stop me!
Allez.
Where must be the iridescent moon's marrow? Oh, we'll need to destroy these things before we can reach it!
Let the mountain's veins boil! Light of the blazing sun!
C'est pas au niveau des abysses quand même. J'ai des bons motos. Bah. D'accord, j'ai pas le droit. Et laissez-moi escalader. Hein. C'est-à-dire que lui devant moi, j'ai pas pu le taper quoi. Donc il peut que d'autorer ce soit Solindis. Oh le truc terrible. Non mais rien, mais...
The iridescent moon's marrow, still burning away like an undying flame, yet now contaminated by the abyss. It has taken on a new form entirely. If we can purify the abyssal power within, we should be...
Oh.
So... Is it you? Huh? At long last. I can see... I'm sorry. I lied to you. Even knowing what was to come, I still couldn't let go of the fear in my heart. The moment the moon shattered, my body began to split apart piece by piece. Like... I was... Tell me, what was it that brought you to us all that time ago? If only I had possessed your courage. You look so puzzled. But trust me when I say that everything happens for a reason. Farewell, Hypo.
What was that all about? Was that the goddess of the iridescent moon? Oh, it sounded like she was speaking of a long-lost friend. But none of us have ever met her before, right?
Perhaps. She took me for the goddess of the frost moon she once knew. For a fading soul like hers, our auras must be too similar to tell apart.
But anyway, we've got the iridescent moon's marrow now. That should help you regain your strength, right? Alright. Time to leave this place and meet back up with Arlecchino. Let's go! That's odd. This place looks different than when we came in.
Waning moon, oh lifeless damsel.
Hurry! The place is collapsing!
It wants to trap us here.
Who's it? The abyss?
Now we've taken the moon marrow. All that's left here is a dark will. It will show us no mercy.
Mhm.
What are you waiting for?
Un talent du timing à Arkino, c'est terrible. Ah, dans le mauvais sens du terme.
We made it! Is that you, Arlecchino? Did you save us?
Tu veux que ça soit qui?
Your hands! They're...
Oh, this? Don't worry. It's a small price to pay. The Abyss wanted to trap you inside, and I defied its will by bringing you out. No wonder it's a little angry.
Hmm.
No. I have paid the price, albeit a small one, and it cannot be undone. My hands have already fused with the Abyss. Purification would simply destroy whatever's left of them.
But surely... Oh... We're so sorry, Arlecchino.
As much as I'd like to call it a favor, the truth is I was simply holding up my end of the deal. Well, Kami&Cie.
Yes, you did your part. And as promised, I will leave the iridescent moon's marrow in your care.
On dirait que son boss fight était vénère, alors là maintenant j'imagine même pas.
Take that as a blessing. Now, Kami&Cie, give me your hand. Accept this moonlight I offer in return. Feeling stronger?
Hey, Kami&Cie, are you okay?
I'm fine. Our powers are a little at odds. That's
by the Frost Moon's authority alone. Wielding the power of the other moons was always going to be a stretch. Still, I think it's fair to say that your strength has returned. At least to the level it was at as Third Harbinger.
It's still not enough. There's no way I can hope to challenge Rayrear like this. Just one more ray of moonlight, if you would. It's okay. I can take it.
How about now? Fighting?
At the very least, I won't have to stay hidden like before. I want to see him gone from 𝙑𝙏𝙪𝙗𝙚. The ray here of Sulnari and his wild hunt must be sent back where they belong.
Well, it's good to have something to aim for. You certainly seem more... When I first met you, you didn't strike me as a ray of moonlight. More like a wisp of fog drifting in from who knows. But now, you're full of vitality. Just like the Frost Moon, once the brightest of them all. May you keep
Thank you. Look after yourself too, Arlecchino. I know you have plans of your own, but whatever you're after, don't let the Abyss take a hold of you. I do not wish to see you go down the same path as Rayrear.
I appreciate the concern, Kami&Cie. Although perhaps it's time you took a new name.
A new name?
𝙘𝙝, the Moon Maiden, Kami&Cie. They're nothing more than code names. They describe who she is and the roles she's played. But we often use code names in the House of the Hearth, too. But it's knowing your real name that keeps you grounded. Up till now, you've been living a wandering life. All I'll say is this. Once you've defeated Rayrear... All right, that's it from me. I'll get you back safely first, then go meet up with Sandrone.
You're the best!
I appreciate the gesture, It speaks to your good character.
Eh,
It was a close call, but we got the iridescent moon's marrow and restored Kami&Cie's strength. And
bon, du coup, j'ai fini un acte. Je suis au dernier acte là. Ok.
in other words, mission accomplished. Paimon wonders how everyone else is doing.
Ah, c'est là.
𝙑𝙏𝙪𝙗𝙚𝙧𝙁. Thank you for
Hop, qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? Il faut que je finisse ça. Finissez l'expo. Je suis pas mal. Belle l'affiche. Ça serait ça. Le plus près, ça serait ça. Donde? Où? J'ai pris si cher que ça.
Oh, do you think the others are making good progress? Hope it's all going smoothly. Oh, hey look! They made it back as well! Flintz! Lama! How did it all go?
All is well, thank you. Nefer and Yehoda had to stay at the curatorium to wrap things up, so they won't be joining us for now.
I ran into Miss Anefa and Miss Aino on the way back. Their work is still in progress, so I suspect they won't be back for a while either.
You seem rather cheerful today, Mr. Flintz.
I certainly am. I achieved what I set out to do and came away with more than I bargained for. Fighting alone can get quite tedious, but I had the good fortune to run into a pair of brave young warriors.
We meet again. How have you been?
Albedo! What are you doing here?
Oh, c'est Albedo qui l'a appelé. Albedo, bah oui, Albedo et Durin. Bah oui, bah oui, bah oui, bah oui.
These two courageously lent me a hand while I was fighting the wild hunt. When they told me they were Servarka's colleagues, it all made sense. And given how people of outstanding talent tend to cross paths, it's no wonder you're already acquainted.
So, who's your travel buddy, Albedo?
Why don't you come and introduce yourself?
A gentleman of few words, I see. And a rather stern countenance.
It's nice to meet you. Again. We've technically met before.
Oh, c'est sympa ça,
Wait
hein.
a sec! You're Mini Durin!
That's right. It's me. I'm glad to see you again. By the way, he says it's okay if you drop the mini. Yeah, I'm not as mini as I used to be. Interesting, isn't it? The first step towards blending into human society appears to be reflecting on whether one's name really reflects who they are.
Wow! You look so different! In a good way, of course. It's great to see you looking so healthy.
Thank you, Paimon. And although you're as mini as ever, I understand that diminutives don't always convey endearment. I'll be sure to simply call you Paimon as a sign of my great respect for you.
Wow! You're such a smooth talker now. Paimon could get used to this. From now on, you may refer to her as your...
Personally, I think our little Paimon is the perfect size. When people call her little Paimon, it's just because she's so adorable that they can't help themselves. If that's not a sign of endearment, what is?
You're absolutely right, Miss Lauma. My brother still has a long road ahead of him when it comes to understanding human relationships.
Anyway, speaking of long journeys, didn't Kami&Cie, leave with you? How come she isn't back yet?
She's been catching up with old friends. Wouldn't be surprised if she stopped for a cup of tea or 10 on the way back.
People are talking about me.
Coucou Kiziro, comment tu vas?
Hope it's nothing negative.
Bah ça va et toi? On va finir là.
Judging from your expressions, I'm guessing it all went well?
It's getting crowded here. I'll go grab some chairs.
No need. This is a job for an alchemist. I'll whip some up momentarily.
Thank you for your hospitality, ladies and gentlemen, but I was merely escorting my friends back. I'll be meeting Zendrone shortly, as we still have some things to discuss. It's been a pleasure, everyone. But this is where I'll say goodbye.
We really appreciate your help.
Non, je fais ça en même temps. Hop là.
Come on. Spare the formalities.
Oh oui, je profite. Là, je suis sur le dernier acte, donc j'imagine la fin qui est actuellement de notre crèche. Je ne sais pas s'il y a une suite ou pas.
I understand.
Si, il y aura une suite, on verra bien, hein, mais...
Bye for now, Harlequino.
C'est pas grave s'il n'y a pas de suite. Après, ça sera full explore.
This place is hopping. It's probably a good thing one of us left. Otherwise, we might not fit all these people in.
Are you saying we're about to run out of chairs?
As a matter of fact, I am. Come on in and see for yourself.
De chaise ou de gnôle, Barkham? Connaissons le personnage. Connaissons le personnage, bien évidemment. Oh, Dainsleif. Bijou.
I overheard your little chit-chat outside, by the way. With Miss Columbina's colleague gone, we should be back to the original crew plus the other colleagues I brought in. Though, it looks like we have another new face. Someone else managed to rope in a colleague too?
Frankly, you and Paimon are the only people I know here.
This here is Dainsleif, colleague of Tibet's greatest guide, Paimon, and greatest adventurer, the Traveler. Well, not exactly colleagues, more sort of friends.
When someone else jumps in to do the announcing, you know you're speaking to someone important.
Let's hear what he has to say.
Note to self. Once Paimon knows your name, the rest of the world will soon follow.
When he comes looking for us, it's usually something important. Paimon's guessing you've heard about the Wild Hunt, then.
From the looks of it, you're about to hold a meeting. If I were to say that the Wild Hunt is our mutual enemy, would that earn me a seat at the table?
As the saying goes, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Un jour, Dainsleif sera joué
Dainsleif,
apparemment.
there's a seat with your name on it. Though, I can't promise the same for everyone else. Hey, 𝙑𝙏𝙪𝙗𝙀, think you can rustle up a couple more chairs?
After all this time apart, Grandmaster Varka's first order is to rustle up a couple more chairs. I've missed this. Is he being sarcastic?
Hey, he's your brother. Why are you asking us?
I've still got a lot to learn about the nuances of human conversation. Trying to decipher 𝙑𝙏𝙪𝙗𝙀𝙧𝙁𝙗 way of speaking has been like jumping in at the deep end.
Oh, good point. I'ma get you now. Don't sweat it. There are people who go their whole lives without getting the hang of it. You're ahead of the game already.
I wonder what's taking Nefer so long.
Perhaps you should go and check in with her. If anyone can hurry her along, it's you.
I just got back from the curatorium. Besides, aren't you curious to see what's taking her so long?
Miss Nefer doesn't strike me as the type to share secrets. And since gathering intel is her specialty, I'm guessing she'd prefer to keep her methods confidential. Under such circumstances, would it not be tactless for me to impose?
Oh, but it's fine for me to impose.
C'est ça le seul.
What can I say? You have
Hey,
an
hey.
unrivaled ability to garner people's affection, Miss Moonchander. Besides, you have far more in common with her than I do.
Ouais.
All right then.
Impressive.
Bien le marron, ouais.
Barely fought back at all. I admire your powers of persuasion, my friend.
As I'm sure Miss Lauma will realize soon.
Oh, j'ai regardé il y a longtemps.
To always pitch in with other people's responsibilities.
J'étais au lycée, je crois.
With your own.
Quand j'avais regardé. C'est très cool, en vrai.
Spoken like a
C'est vraiment
true
très cool.
sage.
Pourquoi, hein?
Anyway, looks like we've got some time to kill before the meeting. Let's take a little breather, folks. And feel free to chat amongst yourselves. We'll get down to business once the other two arrive.
Ah bah ouais. Oh, la saison 2 sera faite par des fans, pour le coup. Ah, la suite au cours est faite par des fans. Je suis en train de chercher un truc. Et je ne trouve pas. Bah. Oh, il y a Yuki et Mizu qui seraient heureux aussi, hein. Oui. Oui. Alors, on est envoyé. Oh, je serais incapable de retrouver le TikTok et tout le bordel, hein. Comment ça a remonté un petit peu. Wow.
Have either of you ever had your portrait painted?
Je peux pas regarder le projet. Attends, est-ce que j'arrive pas à le retrouver?
That sounds like a lovely idea.
Ah merde, je me...
You know how to paint then?
I dabble occasionally. He's an excellent painter. Tables, chairs, people, dragons, you name it. He'll paint it for you. I'm flattered.
If I ever get the chance, I'd like to give it a try myself.
I'll bear that in mind. Anyway, how about you, 𝙑𝙏𝙪𝙗𝙚? What sort of portrait would you prefer? Oh, I'd be fine with anything. Whatever style feels best to you. Very well. Then I'll play it by ear.
You can replicate any style I want?
I can
Pas
try.
d'être malade en ce
If you
moment,
show me a
Kiro.
sample, I'll do my best to match it.
Thank you. In that case, I'll dig up some reference material for you.
Aïe aïe aïe.
Is there something you'd like to say to me?
Yeah! For starters, why'd you just show up here without even giving us a heads up?
If you think back to our previous interactions, you may recall that that's hardly out of character for me.
You do have a point there. right? Want to tag along with us? You never know. We might get a group discount.
Sure, let's do that.
Great! Paimon will handle it. And in return, we can get Dainsleif to be our very own personal bodyguard.
Oui, oui, je travaille avec la madré. T'inquiète.
If that's what you had in mind, you should have said so sooner. I'd be happy to help.
Oh, okay then. Paimon was only kidding, but good to know. Anyway, since we're all here together, we might as well watch each other's backs. That's just what friends do, right?
Indeed. Thank you.
Truth be told, I can't remember the
Attends,
last
je mets
time
la
I was
pizza.
in a meeting with so many
Bien sûr.
people.
J'arrive.
You're not alone there, my friend.
T'as vu ça, je suis mon voisin. Aïe aïe aïe.
An influential figure yourself.
Ah.
You flatter me, but none of that
Oui,
matters.
très bien, Densless.
My point was simply to clarify why I have asked Miss Nefer to investigate Rerir's background.
So you're both from Conria, and it sounds like you used to be friends. What am I missing here? Surely you already know how he became one of the Five Sinners.
I'll tell you everything I know. The history of Conria, the names and identities of the Five Sinners. I remember it all like it was yesterday.
Un jour on aura le dance. Un
Never
jour.
spoken openly of this before.
Heureux.
But the truth was exactly as people say. The Five Sinners were each driven by their own desires, and it was by playing upon these that the Abyss tempted them to their fall, tearing Conria apart in the process. The visionary, Vedafenir, who wished to foretell the future. The wise, 𝙑𝙏𝙪𝙗𝙀, who sought limitless knowledge. Gold, Rhine-daughter, who desired to create life. The foul, 𝙘𝙏𝙀𝙀, who pursued supreme strength. And last, but not least, 𝙖𝙥𝙧𝙀 of Solnari, Rerir, Ravager of the Moon. Of the five, Rerir is the only one who remains a
Qu'est-ce que t'aimes pas chez Densless?
He never harbored grand ambitions. So what changed in the space of a single night? How did he come to fall like the others?
In other words, you're saying that his change came as a shock to you, and you have no idea what actually happened?
That's right.
You mentioned how the Abyss tempted them, which led to their fall. But what did that look like in practice? And what other context can you give me about the events of that time? The more detail you can give me, the better.
Oui, ça s'est bien passé, oui.
Now that it comes to it,
J'ai...
I hardly know where to begin.
Oui, je sais.
The fateful night took place during the
Je sais plus à
era
quelle heure on a
of the
fini.
Eclipse Dynasty. One day, my elder brother, the visionary, Vedafenir, was summoned to the palace by the Vinster King, only for the king to gouge out his eyes and cast him into the dungeons. When I came to hear of this,
5-6.
my
Voilà.
fury knew no bounds.
En foutu en coach.
I
En
gathered
coach humain.
together every ally I thought I had, and together we set a night
Je
to
suis un
storm
coach
the
de jumeaux.
palace and free Ved.
Comment allez-vous?
Centuries on, the memories of that night
Aïe,
still
aïe, aïe.
haunt me like a never-ending nightmare. We broke through the palace gates, just like we had planned, each striking towards our separate targets. But then, I was betrayed. Even Vedafenir, the very person I had come to rescue, abandoned me. And took of the Abyss's power.
So, it's personal after all. Then tell me, Mr. Dainsleif, what price are you willing to pay? You, of all people, must know that nothing comes for free.
I cannot say what price would be worthy of such a commission.
Ça
But know
marche.
this. Rerir was not always a madman. Believe it or not, there was a time when he was just an
Merci. À plus tard.
working for the Conrian Intelligence Service. Uncovering the truth of Rerir's past is the only way to unravel this mystery. But before you decide if you will accept my commission, I will tell you more about him. Enough, I hope, to help you plan your next move.
Sounds pretty good to me. Feels like you just flagged down a random passerby, only to discover he's actually a master strategist who has a score to settle with our enemy.
Can I borrow your halo? It could be useful in the lighthouse.
Hey, enough with the wisecracks! Besides, isn't that lamp of yours bright enough already?
Relax. It was meant to be a compliment. If that was a little over the top for your liking, I'll make sure to tone it down next time.
I'll give your proposal some serious thought, Mr. Dainsleif. Let's speak in private once the meeting is over.
Before that, there's a few things I'd like to share.
Putain, il parlait.
Now that we've united the hearts of the three moons, your power should be greatly enhanced. But it...
I believe it will take a little longer. You've done so much for me, so I want to be completely honest with you all.
Ça marche,
Even though I'm
Kidiro.
doing a lot better now, but from the moment I was born, my power has been slowly ebbing away. And that is because 𝙑𝙏𝙪𝙗𝙚 has never accepted me. So far, I have yet to find a solution. It may turn out to be a problem that will plague me until the day I finally leave this place behind. Even so, I will do everything in my power to help you drive out the 𝙑𝙧 of Sulnari. As 𝙑𝙧𝙀𝙀 put it, this is not about chasing the spoils of victory. It's just a gesture of heartfelt gratitude.
Kutar.
Aïe, aïe, aïe. Marche et...
Defeating the 𝙑𝙧 of Sulnari will be no easy task. While my strength slowly recovers, we'll also need to gather more intel.
Naturally. We should take all the help we can get if we hope to defeat him.
We've considered several viable plans now, but our choice hinges on
Aïe.
answers to a few key questions.
Ah oui.
Is it even
Mais
possible
bon,
to kill 𝙑𝙧?
tu te calmes,
What
Martina.
experiences shape the person or
Il mange
monster
mal,
he
bon.
became? And what's he really after? Given 𝙑𝙑's expertise in alchemy, I think we should leave him to try and answer the first of these
Fini, oui.
questions.
Understood.
Pourquoi il mange pas?
As for the other two, I'm afraid we'll have to count on you again, Miss Nefer. Believe me when I say it's not my wish to burden you. But right now, relying on your skills is our only option.
Et t'as fini tout. Je vais mettre un cooldown. Ça suffit, hein.
We can't thank you enough for agreeing to help us. Honestly, I can hardly believe how lucky we are.
You sure have a talent for changing your tune, Miss Moonjanter. Timid like 𝙑𝙧 one moment, then flinches insincere flattery the next.
Ladies, please. I must object to your portrayal of me.
That's
all. Feel free to keep bickering. Just pretend I'm not here.
I almost don't want to leave this room. I'm curious to see how this plays out.
I have faith in you, Miss Nefer. Something tells me you'll stand by us until the very end.
Oh? And what makes you so sure of that? What if I suddenly decide that my compensation is insufficient?
This isn't about the money. I can sense that you've got a deep-seated distaste for 𝙑𝙧. And knowing you, that alone is motive enough.
Look at them getting along so well. Like two peas in a pod.
And I'm the one they accuse of insincere flattery. There is no justice.
Oui, mais Marca est alcoolique.
Miss Lauma, you have to understand something. Unlike you, I don't actually enjoy having everyone's hopes on my shoulders.
Is that right? Well, maybe the fact that I'm willing to put my hopes in other people says more about me than you. But the fact is, I also trust you. And that's because I know that you're someone we can count on.
Anyway, we've got our plan, so let's get moving. Mr. Dainsleif, let's talk. And Traveler, once we're finished, if you've nothing else planned, I'd like you to come with me.
This whole experience is teaching me a lot. For instance, I now know that when other issues come up in the future, I'll have far more luck getting Lauma to convince Miss Nefer than trying to do it myself.
Hate to say it, friend, but that's one of the funniest things I've heard in a while.
Why? You think I've got it wrong?
Quite the opposite. But what makes it so hilarious is how long it's taken you to realize.
C'est génial en vrai. 𝙘𝙏𝙀𝙀𝙀. Le rythme dans la peau. Musique qu'il aime bien.
Thank you for waiting.
It's okay. We actually used the time to help 𝙘𝙧𝙀 get a room at the hotel.
That's very considerate of you. Now, I trust you share my... We spoke at some length after the meeting. He was the one who suggested I should invite you to join this operation.
𝙘 has a lot of faith in us, that's for sure.
Likewise. I appreciate that you got right on board without interrogating me about why I invited you. It shows that you trust me to...
That's because we know what you're capable of. We appreciate you too, Nefer.
That's one way to put it. Another is this, that once a decision's been made, it's set in stone. After that, my only goal is to see it through. Alright, so here's how it is. I'm going to access Rerir's thoughts again using my confidential method. Now, I'm sure you've seen things like this before on your travels, so you're surely well aware of how dangerous it can be. The reason I've gathered you all here is to ensure my safety during the proceedings. I plan for us to enter the fragment of his consciousness together, and once inside, I will focus on searching for information. Think of this as a diving expedition into someone's brain. If I'm the diver, you are my safety equipment, tasked with keeping me alive while I'm under the surface. Once the ceremony begins, we will all be spying on privileged information. But in the interests of safety, you must remain absolutely silent. Lastly, any individuals of a weaker constitution are advised not to partake in the ceremony. In any case,
D'accord.
Well, good luck, everyone. Sounds like all...
There's a little more to it than that. I was being serious when I said you have a job to do. While the rest of us are inside Rerir's mind, in the event that something goes wrong, you will be our first responder.
I second that. This is a dangerous operation here, and you're our whole
So, Paimon's like... the lifeguard?
Good. Please, take a...
So, did Mr. 𝙘𝙧𝙀 tell you anything else?
He told me that he believes Rerir kept some big secrets in his life. He's not sure that they...
But surely you're not planning to go through with this.
If you think that, you'd be overestimating me. But I do have my own professional reasons for taking this job. You think I'd turn down the opportunity to get a first-hand glimpse into
Well, as long as you don't let...
You're such a killjoy.
All right, I'm good to go.
All set over here, too.
Promise, Paimon, you'll be extra careful.
All right. Let you close your eyes.
Oh, ça doit être une technique de summon, cette affaire.
Could this be his office? Pretty standard setup. Bookshelves. According to 𝙘𝙧𝙀, Rerir used to be an intelligence operative. Chances are, is this where you keep your secrets? He looks even gloomier than last time. I wonder what's changed.
Today's files are in. Time to wade through them, just like usual. Male, 51. Occupation, Cook. Confirmed Crimson Moon descendant. Has maintained frequent contact with other neutralized. This one should be archived under purged target. Female, 23. Occupation, office clerk. Confirmed Crimson neutralized. Another one for purged tar. Sounds like she was that other man's stuff. Never. Male, 40. Neutralized. Just another nobody for the archive. Come to think of it, I remember surveilling this man. A case like his never would have been considered a priority in the past. Huh. Female, 16. Occupation neutralized. Filed. I have no recollection of this girl. None whatsoever. Female, 13. Neutralized and filed. Male, 11. Occupation, none. Orphan and confirmed Crimson Moon descendant. Neutralized.
En fait, il va tuer des enfants. Je m'étonne qu'il ait déprimé le bougre. Hein.
Male.
Non.
6. Occupation, none. Orphan and confirmed Crimson Moon
C'est horrible.
It's funny, isn't it? Your job is becoming both harder and easier at the same time, depending on how you look at it. Sooner or later, the Crimson Moon descendants will be completely wiped out. But as their numbers dwindle, they become harder and harder to track down.
That's not how it is.
Fortunately, however, most of the able-bodied adults have already been taken care of. The remaining weaklings will be increasingly easy to deal with.
Des enfants.
No! No. My job is to ensure the survival of the Eclipse Dynasty. And the only way to do that is by eliminating any and all potential threats. It's a perfectly legitimate line of work. Every single one of my colleagues can attest to my fairness. And if my friends were aware of the facts, I know they'd back me up too. Assuming, of course, that they were aware of all the facts.
Mon Dieu. C'est horrible. Je suis en train de jouer en Kaiser ou à Genshin Impact là. Oh waouh. Oh quand même.
Mr. Vedifalnir, it's been quite some time since we last met.
Revier, I trust you're here because you have something important to discuss.
Forgive me. I wasn't tuning out, it's just, tell me. Does someone in your position ever feel the need to ask questions at all?
It is indeed within my power to foresee certain things.
I was just thinking. It won't be long before I'll be inviting both you and Dane to my wedding.
That isn't a lie, but nor is it a fact as such.
No fooling a prophet.
Ever since that day we met for drinks, I knew it was only a matter of time before you came looking for me.
Does it feel good?
I'm afraid the notions of good and bad fail to capture the complexity of what such a power entails. Once you've seen what will come to pass, it can be all too easy to succumb to fear and melancholy. Unless, of course, you learn to abandon these feelings.
D'avoir un nom imprononçable, je suis insupportable.
And long to hear the words I left
Fabuleux.
unspoken that day.
That's right.
Mais il s'appelle Riri, hein, donc lui c'est...
You must have noticed my reluctance to broach the subject. And the reason is simple. Because the truth could never have lived up to your hopes.
Toujours plus fort.
For both our sakes, Such words are better left unsaid. The burden of prophecy was never meant for your shoulders.
So who exactly do you deem worthy to hear your prophecies? None but our exalted king?
Or rather, our king as he once was.
You're closer to his majesty than I am. You must know better than anyone how much he's changed.
You say that as though it is to my benefit. Yet precisely because of that, I dare not speak rashly. A king can turn out to be the most virtuous of rulers, or a tyrant more terrible than the most vicious of dragons.
You are so wise and far-sighted, yet still you would have me live.
You make a fair point. Especially given my silence alone was all it took to send you Very well then. Let me offer you some advice. And I say this not as a prophet or a visionary, but simply as the brother of your friend. For many reasons, there is very little chance of your marriage ending in happiness.
Hold on.
Oh, la phrase horrible.
Fog again.
Tu veux chercher le bonheur, trouve-toi quelqu'un d'autre. Ouais.
Guess I better tread carefully.
Oui, t'es là pour la battre, hein.
Wait. Hear me out. This time we finally got a clear look at his face and learned his true identity.
C'est la suite du souvenir dans les dernières fois.
His name is 𝙑𝙧𝙀𝙀𝙀, and he claims to be one of the king's guards.
What did you say?
A cruel irony, isn't it? The man you're set to marry leads a double life as...
Why are you telling me all of this
Mhm.
now?
Simple. It's because I want you to kill him. You are the only person he would never suspect.
No, absolutely not. I would never dream of doing such a despicable thing.
Ouais, quand même.
So you'll just stand by and watch him slaughter us to the last. Do not forget that the blood of the Crimson Moon flows in your veins too.
Oh.
The blood of the Crimson Moon? What does that matter now? The dynasty has long been dead and gone. You think that alone is reason enough for me to throw away everything I have?
Why wouldn't it be? You two were once a child of the Crimson Moon, just like me. Don't tell me you've never felt so much as a flicker of fury for the way we were trampled into the dust.
As long as you promise to abandon this pipe dream of restoring your dynasty, I can try to persuade him. Or have him
persuade the Vinster King? Do you even know why he's so obsessed with hunting us down? Why he keeps trying to force us to hand over our secrets over and over again? Or why he refused to give up on restoring the dynasty? The Vinster King. A blind fool. His eyes clouded by powers from beyond this world. A petty little man with a miser's heart. And he dares to sit upon the throne? If you can't bring yourself to do it, so be it. Just you watch. It won't be long before calamity descends upon us all.
the 𝙑𝙧𝙀𝙀𝙀 of Sulnari. That really is quite a secret you've been keeping from me, 𝙑𝙧𝙀𝙀. But who am I to talk? Am I really any better? I've kept my own past a secret this whole time too. Love should be built on honesty. But ours was born from lies. And yet, is it really so wrong to hide things that would only make life harder? If we don't cover up the parts that no one else should see, how can
Oh,
we
c'est
go
un
on
débat de
pretending
longue
to be
haleine,
normal?
cette affaire, chère
God
madame.
must have known all this.
Oh,
And that's
Scheiß.
why he made his prophecy.
Oh, je sais que je suis
In
team
the end,
honnêteté, hein, mais...
nothing stays hidden forever.
Non, team honnêteté.
But I won't just sit by and watch this disaster unfold. I'll do everything in my power to protect what I cannot afford to lose, no matter who I have to face.
Et tu vas affronter qui? Tu veux protéger qui? Oh, connasse. Oh, putain. Oh, tu vas voir que tout le bordel de notre classe, ça va être à cause d'une relation amoureuse, là.
As if nothing ever happened.
Those people at the deli.
Enough already. They're clearly pretty taken by their own disguises, so just smile and play along. Pull the rug from under beasts like that, and you'll risk getting your throat torn out. Delhi.
But surely you can see he's not the man he pretends to be. So many have died already, and they say that the king's madness grows with each.
Ça me fait penser à Game of Thrones.
We're not going to survive this.
Dis donc.
But
Yolé, yolé,
why does it have
yolé.
to be this way? Do we really deserve to die just because of the blood that runs through our veins? Felindis, are you even listening?
Sorry, Freether. My mind was off wandering. I heard you, though. You're talking about what Rerir said. He's just following the king's orders. He's a secret agent, and it's his job to hunt down rebels and dissidents.
By the time you first met him, he'd already taken lives. Maybe he was using you from the very beginning.
No. Rerir has no idea I have anything to do with the Crimson Moon. My family are only distant relatives of the main lineage, and besides, my eyes are perfectly ordinary. Truth be told, apart from my teacher, pretty much no one knows I have any connection to any of it. It's been a long time since my family.
But as Orlog said, who could possibly talk sense into that raving?
I'll work something out. Trust me, I'm with you all.
Si arrive à aller.
But for now, you need to keep your
T'arrives souvent de nuit comme ça?
Don't let anyone find you,
Mais t'as
anyone at
pas mon
all.
téléphone?
Don't forget that Rerir is an Eclipse operative. You need to be extra careful when he's around. And when I am too. For now, don't come looking for me. And if anything happens to me, just act like we've never met.
If even you can't escape this, what hope do the rest of us have? But after all this time together, surely he wouldn't lay a...
I won't speak in his defense, nor can I give you a clear answer to that question. But here, hold on to this. If an opportunity to escape presents...
You call that change?
I've got a job, and there's still money coming in. But you can't go anywhere right now. Please think about yourself for once.
Continue tout droit, hein. Nage droit, longtemps, nage droit, longtemps. En fait, elle est ultra tordue, l'histoire de Rerir et Solindis.
Another day, another round of assassination training. Training ground is just beyond this hidden passageway.
When you kill a person, doesn't it bother you when you end up covered in their blood?
Oh, scheiße.
Why would it? Aren't we all just walking blood bags? Make sure you have a firm grip on the handle. Then choose your angle well. Keep your movements light and brisk. Pray won't sense a thing.
I doubt that. I'll bet no one's ever died a quiet death at your hands.
I work clean. No traces. That won't happen.
He only had to take out a handful of those.
The ones I've dealt with have always been guilty. And I've carried out my work flawlessly.
Tapez, monsieur. Ah, madame. Je dois faire ça combien de temps? Wow. C'est pas moi.
J'ai vu qui c'est. Mais c'est pas.
𝙑𝙏𝙪𝙗𝙧𝙗, do you still remember Orlog?
Orlog?
The boy who was
Mhm.
pretending to sell flowers. You spoke for quite a while, didn't you?
Yes, we did. What about him?
Il est mort.
Was arrested 2 days ago. I just don't get it! After everything he's done, why do you or does it mean nothing to you that people keep dying?
No, that's not... Just hear me out.
I need to go now, 𝙑𝙏𝙪𝙗𝙧. They're looking for us. You take care too. If you ever need a place to hide, come...
C'est les souvenirs de 𝙑𝙑𝙪𝙗𝙧.
Author
Oh, c'est-
𝙑𝙑𝙪𝙗. Over the course of this week, the research object was subjected to interference for a total of 47 hours. All subjects of observation that were sent inside have now... The situation within is proving no progress whatsoever. What now? Won't you? Things are getting worse by the day. I have to find a way or we'll all be in danger. But I... If all this research comes to nothing, what then? Sooner or later it'll be mine, but... Could he really bring himself to kill me? No. Surely he wouldn't have the heart.
Aïe. Oui et non, je sais pas. Peut-être. Du coup, qui a vraiment tué. Oula.
Why won't you just let us go? We don't even know each other. All we want is to live ordinary, peaceful lives.
You want to live?
Yes. I just want to go on living. Is that really such an unforgivable crime?
Ok, c'est là qu'il a commencé à... Là qu'il a commencé à péter un plomb.
Keep living too. To keep living forever. That's why I have no choice but to continue on the path I'm on. If only some savior would suddenly swoop down and change the way the world is. Too bad that's not going to happen. Imagine that. If there really were such a person, you and I wouldn't be standing here like this. Would we?
C'est pas faux. Dans un sens, il a pas tort. Hein.
Today's files are in. Time to wade through them just like usual. No, I don't get tired of it. It's my job. And not only am I lucky to have it, I'm good at it too.
Alors, 𝙑𝙑𝙪𝙗𝙧.
No! No! Why? But you bear no mark of the Crimson Moon. How could you possibly have anything to do with them? It cannot be! A diluted bloodline. Carefully. What a fool I've been. Numbing myself with talk of justice.
Kami&Cie.
Kami&Cie? King, how far are you going to take this? From the direct bloodline, today it's the descendants of the Crimson Moon. Who will it be tomorrow? Will you not rest until everyone down here? No. This cannot go on. This is where it ends.
Oh.
You're really letting me go?
I am. As long as you can guarantee that no one will find you.
Don't worry, I'll be extra careful. No one will know I was here. But if you let me go, you won't be able to...
Good point. that case, maybe you should stay.
No, please! I just want to see the...
Go on living?
Yes. I know you're a man of your word. So please, just let me go.
If I let you leave, what will become of me? Just kidding. Go, now. But remember, don't let anyone know you were caught. We'll be seeing each other again very soon if you do.
Even shadows in the dark must live by a code. But you can't save everyone.
You've been whispering in
Là,
my
il
ear
faisait
for
que...
days now, 𝙑𝙏𝙪𝙗𝙚. What are you trying to do? Break me down?
I only say this because you long for an answer to your problems. Let her go, 𝙑𝙑𝙪, or you risk losing everything.
Oh.
I will not abandon 𝙑𝙑𝙪𝙗𝙧.
Then you'll need a little more vigilance and a lot more power. The world is changing, 𝙑𝙑𝙪. Keep your eyes peeled for your moment of opportunity.
That voice used to be so unclear, but now I know exactly whose it is. It's 𝙑𝙑𝙪𝙗𝙗𝙧. Tell me how to actually resolve any of this, but he keeps trying to manipulate me. Tell me then, what will this moment of opportunity look like? And no answer. He's like a ghost.
So, the Eclipse dynasty was purging, well, massacring the descendants of the Crimson Moon. It seems like it was the king's obsession with abyssal power left the future of Khaenri'ah hanging in the balance. No wonder every aspect of 𝙑𝙑𝙪's life was so unstable. And it looks like this 𝙑𝙑𝙪𝙗𝙗, 𝙑𝙑𝙪's would-be fiancé, herself belonged to a sub-branch of the... It almost defies belief that a couple like them could hide the truth from each other for so long. If the Vinster King hadn't intervened, and why does 𝙑𝙑𝙪, Dainsleif's older brother, keep talking in 𝙑𝙑𝙪's head? The human mind is like a vast desert of shifting sands. When you follow the flow of someone's memories, you only ever see the parts they're willing to let surface. Time for something.
C'est un bordel son.
We've been inside 𝙑𝙑𝙪's mind this whole time, building up a picture of his psyche. There's already enough clues on the board to start reading between the lines and mapping out the rest. Now, we can finally begin to put the pieces together. Sure, it'll only be a reconstruction, part simulation, part reasoning, but it's usually pretty accurate. Once we've built up a cognitive profile, we just need to cross-check the logic behind his actions. And then we'll be able to take a sneak peek at whatever it is that 𝙑𝙑𝙪 has really been hiding.
Continue à explorer sa tête ou qu'est-ce que c'est que cette merdasse?
𝙑𝙑𝙪, are you there?
On va faire une partie d'échecs. Putain de merde. Hein. Ce symbole, vous obtenez la quantité correspondante. Oh putain de merde.
Come out,
Dane? What's wrong?
Quick, come with me. I'll explain everything once we've met.
Okay, I'll come. But 𝙑𝙑𝙪𝙗𝙗 is still over at the Universitas. I'll need to leave her a note.
All right then, but make it quick.
I've never seen Dane so worked up before.
Pas grand chose là, chef. Ah putain. judicieux serait faire ça, ça, ça. Ou ça. Ok. Sur Talogi. Et l'autre c'est qui? Ok. J'imagine que l'épée c'est sur Talogi du coup, mais... Bingo.
We do not fear the day. Why would we?
You might ask your
Ah, ça
blade
c'est
that
logique.
same question. I'm told it prefers the cover of darkness. The word on the street is that 𝙘𝙧𝙧𝙗𝙚 only strikes when he has an unfair advantage. But that is patently false. I see you're missing an arm and a leg. Surely only a fair fight could explain that.
If this is your way of offering me replacement limbs, believe me, I'll take them.
Oh, we can certainly discuss that. With bioalchemy, anything is possible. Assuming I have your full support in my...
Lunatic. 𝙑𝙏𝙪𝙗𝙧𝙗𝙤, what brings you here?
Why, 𝙘𝙝𝙪𝙗𝙧𝙗, of course. Please, cast aside your apprehensions, Miss Rhine-daughter. Whatever the rumors may say, I am but a humble servant of the king, and I can assure you he affords me no greater convenience.
Well, the Universitas Magistrorum won't stop fawning over you. So at least some of
J'ai
the
comme
rumors
l'homme
must be
bateau, hein.
true. You're president of the Universitas Magistrorum. Vice President 𝙑𝙏𝙪𝙗 doesn't even try to hide his envy when he sees you.
My success is the product of hard work and good luck. Of course, no job is without its gripes. Serving a king like ours can be a challenging task, as I'm sure you can imagine. And as for 𝙑𝙧𝙧𝙗𝙧, in missing out on the presidency, he's...
You're all here. I apologize for the short notice, but it was an emergency.
Ah, les deux ils se supportent pas tous les
You
gars.
must be 𝙑𝙧𝙧.
Mr. 𝙘𝙧𝙧𝙗. Yes, I handled your case file during your sentencing. Nothing personal, of course. I'm pleasantly surprised that you remember me.
You're clearly a person of substance if you've been invited here. But 𝙘𝙝𝙧𝙗, you'd better have a very good reason for...
It's my brother, 𝙑𝙧𝙗𝙀. After he spoke at the court this morning, the king was so infuriated by his words that he had him blinded in both eyes and thrown in prison.
𝙑𝙧𝙗𝙀 in prison? Strange. I thought the king trusted him and 𝙑𝙧𝙗𝙀 more than anyone else in the world. Does this mean the king's circle of trust just got even smaller?
It has nothing to do with trust. It's about what the king wants, which is as clear as day to anyone paying attention. I simply appease him, because it's in the best interests of the Universitas Magistrorum.
And also because you're slimy. 𝙑𝙧𝙗𝙀, perhaps less so. But still, a visionless visionary? It rather inclines me to think that qualifications are not what get you ahead in Khaenri'ah.
Do you honestly think this is an important discussion to be having right now?
Dane, what are you planning to do?
Rescue 𝙑𝙧𝙗𝙀, I assume.
Correct. It will mean storming the palace by force. Tonight. I need all of you on my side.
That's far too dangerous. And don't forget, 𝙘𝙝𝙧𝙗, you're captain of the royal guard. You swore an oath to the throne.
You've been planning this for a while.
I have no desire to commit treason. But whatever critique the king may have of 𝙑𝙧𝙗𝙀, disfiguring your most loyal subject for putting the best interests of his court and nation first, this is not the conduct of a wise ruler. My blade will force the king to see the error of his ways.
So, 𝙑𝙑𝙗𝙀's prophecy enraged the king. I'm sure it wasn't what he wanted to hear, but if he won't take counsel even from the visionary, that is deeply troubling news. The extent of His Majesty's madness is now all too clear. You have noble ambitions, Dane, but I'm afraid they don't do much
Me
for
paraît bien compliqué quand même, hein? De se sortir de cette merde.
All I want is a letter of pardon.
A letter of pardon? For whom? 𝙘𝙧𝙧𝙗? The chances of the Vinster King issuing a pardon for anyone connected to the Crimson Moon.
Oh putain. Oh, oh non, il y a des gens au milieu.
This black fog over the board must have some connection to Thelindis. But why is it taking another mystery I'll need to unravel?
Je vais aller là-bas. Ok, pièce attaque uniquement si vous avez plus de points. Là, je vais là. Ok. Là. Ça. Oh. Ok. Ah. Oh, putain, il y a des bêtes en plus. Mon Dieu.
Thelindis. Over the course of this week, the research object was subjected to interference for a total of 60 hours for experimental purposes. The results are as follows. Research dating back to the Crimson Moon Dynasty has established 2 points regarding moon marrow. Firstly, its origins have something to do with a god's power. Secondly, it serves as a portal to an as-yet indeterminate location. Moon marrow can thus be defined as a spatial gateway. However, there are a number of hurdles to overcome before we can answer the question of where it leads to. To start with, an enormous amount of power is then required to keep the gate open. Currently, the total power output of... To make matters worse, I am now the only staff member remaining in the Moon Marrow lab. The Universitas Magistrorum recently decided to move most of its personnel into abyssal energy research, which has stymied all Crimson Moon-related projects. This is not a wise move. I have always maintained that placing all our hopes in a single source of power is risky, especially one as poorly understood as this, as well as making ourselves overly reliant on a single resource. I apologize if this comes across as disrespectful. But as a Moon Marrow researcher, I desperately want to see the world beyond the gateway. If we really made it there one day, what would we find? And how would we go about taming the unknown? My imagination is...
Et l'échec qui rechange. Oh bordel. Ok, d'autres souvenirs là-bas. Oh bordel. Je... Ah là-bas, donc... Ok, ok. Oh merde. Oh putain, ça me renvoie là, donc c'était pas le bon chemin. Là, c'était pas le bon non plus. Ok, le 3 là, avancer. Ok.
This is for
you.
Okay, okay.
I heard you're gonna leave the city with your parents.
Felindis, did you hear about...
I've heard nothing. Rerir got back very late last Friday, and he was acting a little unusual, but he slept pretty well, so... You never saw him, and I don't know what he did. And this conversation never happened. You understand?
What if he finds out that you pried into his secrets?
Don't be silly.
Hmm.
I don't know what secrets he does or doesn't have. All I know is he's just a normal guy who happens to run some errands.
Are you scared of him?
I don't know. The Rerir I know doesn't match the person you all describe. Logically, I should be scared of him. And yet, I don't want to lose him. But enough about that. You should get going, and be careful with the package I gave you.
What's in it?
A piece of the moon. All you need to know is that as long as you keep it safe...
A red moon? You mean... our moon?
That's right. Our moon.
I promise, Felindis.
The Crimson Moon bloodline will never die out. Its light, the color of blood, will become like a fire that flows in our veins.
Oh.
No matter how long it takes.
Oh,
Logique, je dirais par là.
Eh non. Non, c'est pas ça. C'est là, là. Là. On prend les 5. Ça pourrait suffire. Et merde. Alors... J'avais pas besoin de battre là. Ok. Ouais, non, mais je m'en fous parce que ça reset avec... Enfin, ça reset pas le statut.
And stick to the plan. Sir Dainsleif, what are you? Is this treason? You know what happens to those who betray the throne. It is the king himself who has betrayed the throne. He has betrayed all of Kami&Cie.
Oh, d'où les 5
If you have
déjà.
any love left for justice in your heart,
Oh,
you should
man.
join me.
It's showtime. Dane and his group will handle the troops in the palace. Then 𝙑𝙏𝙪𝙗 and Reindotter will disarm the security measures. My job is to enter the prison and rescue 𝙑𝙏𝙪𝙗. Stay safe. Wish me luck.
Look after my brother. Draw your blade. It is time for justice to prevail.
Évidemment, sur Tauri. M'étonnerait que sur Tauri il soit méchant pour qu'on y. Je pense juste qu'il ose pas. C'est juste un guerrier, quoi. Oh, scheiße. J'ai vu. Tiens quelque chose. Tiens quelque chose.
This place is filthy. And the smell is abominable. Clearly, the king doesn't allow his prisoners a single shred of dignity. This is dire. Found you. Hello, Mr. 𝙑𝙏𝙪𝙗𝙚.
Ah, it's you.
Surprised? Oh, wait. I guess surprise isn't an emotion.
I certainly felt some surprise in the moment when I was blinded. Surprise at the king's sheer ignorance. Surprise at...
I'm curious. What did you prophesy?
It wasn't a prophecy. It was a word of warning. The king has forsaken all reason in pursuit of his obsessions. I simply told him that...
But he didn't listen. Worse still, he stabbed you in both eyes and locked you away. Dane asked for my help. The court is incomplete.
Everything is transpiring as I foresaw. Yet I am powerless to change it. I do wonder whether giving a man the power to see the future does nothing more for him than slowly
C'est clairement pas bon de connaître le futur.
But the
En
king
général, on
didn't
peut pas le
suddenly
changer
turn
dans
on
tous les
you
cas,
today.
donc...
His suspicions have been brewing for a long time. You can't have wisdom beyond the reach of your fellow man without attracting his fear and suspicion. There are things the king does not want to see.
He wasn't entirely wrong. I did indeed lose my power to see the future.
Until what?
Just now.
Well, tonight could go a lot of different ways. 5 of us banded together to storm the palace, also we could rescue you. This will go down as the most tumultuous day in Khaenri'ahn history.
I sense hatred in you, but also hope. A destiny. This is not the end. It is the beginning of a new... There are many men of honor and courage in this world. Is that a dagger? Interesting.
With your abilities, I don't doubt that you were able to recover some of your sight. But I also doubt that you want to make an enemy of me right now.
Of course not. We're on the same side, aren't
we? We could be. But
you mean your future?
Yes. And I know there are bigger things at stake here. A dynasty, a nation. I can't abandon the one I love to save myself. I just can't do it. But you see a broader picture of the future than I. You see the solutions to the biggest problem.
In matters of fate, answers are either right or wrong. What will be? That is the cruelest thing about
that. I know it's your voice that I keep hearing in my head, urging me to see how the world is changing. You show me disaster, but you won't show me how to avoid it? What?
My voice. So, it turns out that we're not so different.
𝙑𝙏𝙪𝙗𝙗 just broke into the strangest smile I've ever seen in my life. As if he'd discovered something.
Very well then. My advice to you is as follows. You must persevere. For as long as you live, your story with 𝙑𝙏𝙪𝙗 shall not come to an end. It is up to you whether you believe my words. Regardless, that is all I will say on the matter. I have no right to intervene any further.
I will hold you to your word.
Thank you for setting me free. In return, I will tell you what...
Just then, a strange wave of energy rippled through the city.
If I were you, I would head to the
Universitas.
I'm sure we'll be seeing each other again.
Whatever 𝙑𝙏𝙪𝙗 said, I didn't catch it. I didn't even help him out of the prison. There was no time to look.
Oh, ça sent la fin de Soling 10. Oh, le coffre. Oh, grosso merdo, elle a été tuée et lui, il veut la ressusciter, quoi. Le cliché... Et mon avis, ça ne cherche pas. Soling 10 et Canax.
The Universitas. Allegedly, the king installed secret mechanisms in the palace and around the city. No one knows, but if they were ever gonna activate, it would probably be on...
Hold on! Don't let them anywhere near you!
Save me! I can't!
That sounded like an explosion. What other means does the king have at his disposal? They must run on power from the Abyss, and given it's a major center of Abyss research, anyone over at the Universitas will be in grave danger.
Zilo tire la gueule.
Hear the echoes of the valley. Rev the engines.
Vas-y, l'autre, tirez la gueule. Et l'autre.
Let the mountain's veins boil. Rise with the sun.
Oh putain.
Rev the engines. Pyroclastic surge. Letting brave names echo.
Je pense que c'est pas légal les enfants. Vraiment pas légal.
Light of the blazing sun.
Oui, d'accord. Oh.
Bring it. Hear the echoes of the valley. Burn it down.
Ah ça.
At least no more.
Je dois le changer, mais bah non, je... Oh, j'ai rien compris. Et voilà. Oh, je la monte, ce team là. Elle est du bon potentiel. Le potentiel, c'est juste pas de... Question, encore. Money. Money, money, money.
Monsters at the Universitas Magistrorum? What?
Bah, du coup, oui.
Oh no, it's no use. The table won't hold out much longer. Of course. All the lab equipment was upgraded after the inspection last week, but the new weapons haven't been... I'm done for. Is anyone... Ah! Stay back, please.
Scanner ou rire va arriver à temps. Un bruit. Ah, tiens. Parfait.
What's that?
Rev-Rear. So the rumors about your work are true.
What? No! Listen, something happened at the palace tonight. We have to leave!
You don't need to lie to me anymore.
What do you mean?
I know why you're worried, and I will respect the decision you've made. But it's okay, because I found a solution. I know how to end all this. You can have it back. The normal life you so desire. But until then, I'm afraid our wedding will have to wait.
Cylinders? No, don't do it! Cylinders! Cylinders!
I told you, Rerir. Let her go. You will find someone better.
No! No, I won't do it! I have to save her!
Oui.
Exactly. A lonely pawn. You lack the power and the strength of will.
Do you know a way? Tell me!
Come to the palace. Join us.
C'est dense.
Rerir, thank goodness we...
Step
Oui, bah j'ai envie de dire, il veut retrouver sa meuf, quoi. Bon. Juste récupérer sa femme. Mhm.
Were you daydreaming? You still remember, Revier? That question you asked me a couple of weeks ago?
Oh. You mean the proposal?
Yeah. I'm wondering, where do you think would be a good place to discuss it? Maybe in the garden? Or were you thinking a fancy restaurant?
It's your choice. I will find you. And then, you can give me your answer.
So that's how the Raker of Solnari was born. A monster created by circumstance is a monster all the same. Viewing other people's thoughts for too long can get uncomfortable. Right now, I'm feeling a strong sense of loathing. In a nutshell, the story of Kami&Cie is what happens when the truth falls by the wayside. Everyone tells little white lies, and his past is filled with sorrow. But the tale of any fallen civilization is one of endless tragedy.
Putain, l'histoire de Rêve, en fait, elle est pas joyeuse, hein. Clairement.
Everyone, I'm back. Can I get a...
Never! How are you holding up? Feeling okay?
She's fine. Boss is a...
Yes, I'm fine. You will have seen the events of Rarier's life through my thoughts. It's now clear that he is just a regular nobody, driven by personal tragedy, as he said.
I mostly agree. There's only so much we can know about him from his memories alone. However, I would not consider Rarier to be a nobody. He was deeply involved in the events of that era. Yet,
sounds to me like you're speaking in riddles again. Is this you?
That's not what I meant. Although I do hope you choose to remain a person. Without...
Then try to remember that I respond better to the carrot now. As for you, Missy.
Ah non, je crois qu'il manque cet acte et l'acte d'après, en fait.
So, can you...
Il manque encore 2 actes à faire.
You'll hear the whole story, don't you worry. But let's meet up with the others first. It will... Yehoda?
Yes, boss!
That's more like it. For a moment there, I was worried you'd forgotten about the first clause of your employment contract.
Forgive my curiosity, but...
It says I gotta do the annoying stuff that boss is too lazy to do for herself.
Elle-même, comment ouvrir la porte, sa vérité, ce genre de choses. Aïe, aïe, aïe.
If something is in the contract, it's because she
C'est une
willingly
pipoubis, en
agreed
fait.
to it. Rest assured that the curatorium abides by the very strictest of labor policies. You don't seriously think I'm cruel enough to treat... In any case, I've hardly shied away from my share of the work today. Hope I don't catch Flints and Varka lounging about in their chairs. There's nothing I dislike more than other people enjoying...
Yes.
Sorry to disturb you, but we seem to have run into some trouble.
Qu'est-ce que...
Evidently so. Don't worry, I'm not about to leave you to fend for yourselves. I'm not...
I'm sorry? What did you hear me say? I wasn't talking...
Wait. How long have I been standing here?
Not long. You just appeared by the door a moment ago.
Déjà, on a Sumeru là.
Boss, what's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost.
We've been tricked. We never left at all. Somehow I hallucinated that whole scene.
Hallucinated? But how?
How indeed. This place should heed my will alone. All thoughts and actions that occur in here are just a result of pawns moving across the chest.
So you control everything in here?
More or less. But yes, it's a special...
Has anything like this ever happened?
Only once. It was the first time I used the chess set.
Is there any similarity between what happened then?
I suppose my thoughts are a little turbulent, which...
Is there anything I...
The first clause of your contract clearly states that I only need your help with things that I'm too lazy to do myself.
Meaning, you're not feeling lazy right now?
Meaning, this is not something 𝙑𝙧 can help with. The chess set is a personal treasure that I alone understand.
Boss, it's fine. Really?
Oh, listen to you. Whatever would I do?
What? Really?
Yes, really. Where would I ever find another employee as obedient?
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, I was thinking of fetching some water. I suggest everyone finds someplace comfortable to take a rest. Even though all this chess malarkey doesn't exist in a physical sense, mentally speak, you don't want to dismiss mental fatigue just because it isn't fit.
Don't I have the best employees?
If we can find a suitable time, I'd love to borrow 𝙑𝙧 for a day to help out at the Frost Moon Scions.
Oh, Lauma. Have I ever told you just how pretty you are? Beauty, time to rally, everyone. Follow me. As we continue our
Elle était en train de draguer Luma là.
That means stay focused and no talking no matter what. You have my word that I will get us all out of here.
J'en ai totalement assumé hein. Quelque chose me dit, je suis pas sûr hein, que ça a à voir avec notre très chère Naïda. Ce sombre connasse inutile. Putain de nain de jardin. Et j'en passe. Oh putain, c'est vrai. Ce quai de mort. Enfin bref. Pif paf pouf oula ou barbatrou. Je vais vous laisser là. Je vais aller miamer. Peut-être tout à l'heure, peut-être pas tout à l'heure. Je sais pas, ça dépendra de mon... Pas de ma fatigue, plus de mon humeur, je vais pas mentir. Parce que faire, déjà d'une. Et sinon demain matin. La bonne journée.